Hello, World Civilization 106 class. Welcome to the final week. So right now, there's a few details that I want to go over with all of you to remind you again about the final, about your grade, and all of that. So first of all, I'm not going to explain it again. You should have watched the last two announcement videos. I've discussed why, if you look on your grade book, that there are some assignments that I never assigned that you don't have to worry about. I want to remind you again that you only had to worry about the grades that come from the assignments that were assigned in each week's module. That's it, okay? But what I do want you to do is look carefully and make sure that you do have a 0 or an assignment number in every week's assignment that we covered, okay? I'm going to be going through the grade book very carefully. I've been looking through it carefully, but I go through it over again. If you notice that I allowed for you to do late work and it didn't get graded, it might have been that I didn't know. Sometimes Canvas is supposed to let me know if something hasn't been finished being graded. Every once in a while, there's a communication problem with the computer to me. So, if we agreed that you could turn in late work and it's not, and you didn't see that I graded it, let me know immediately, like tonight, where those assignments are at, and I can go look and fix that. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, okay, so in terms of the final, so you might notice that your grade percentage is very high. I give a lot of assignments, which means you get a lot of points, and it also means you can lose a lot of points. I never tell anyone to not take the final, and I do not answer the question of what your grade would be if you didn't take the final. Don't ask me that question. That's up to you. If you look at your grade and you feel that you don't need to take the final because it's not going to change the percentage enough, and your grade is where it needs to be, then it doesn't make me upset if you don't take the final. So if you don't, just write to me in the margins of the final and say, Mr. Pollock, I'm not taking the final, and then I'll put the 0, and then that's that. Now, I do believe that in Canvas you can put the grade in like a 0 into the final, and look and see if that might be able to show you what your grade percentage will look like, and then you can decide, whether or not that's the path you want to take. So remember, I'm going to write it down in this announcement too, but from 100% to 90% is an A. From 89% to 80% is a B. 79% to 70% is a C. And then we go down to the D and the F. Okay, right? Now, so that's all I wanted to mention on the final. Here's the other thing. If you're going to do the final, you have to do on the final what we do on all the other papers. There has to be some sort of work cited. It has to be documented. So it's only 25 points, but you have to put in a final means that it's still something you put work into, okay? So you do not give me a paper without the same requirements we've had up until recently and expect full points. I'm not upset about it. We're all burned out, and I don't know if that's happened yet, but what I'm just trying to point out is every once in a while I get students, they just kind of answer the questions I have, and they literally don't put any works cited, don't document, and we're back to where I was in the beginning. Remember, you get 0 if you don't have all of the criteria that I set up for the Sunday paper. So to get full points on the final, you need to follow all of the guidelines that has been from day one on the Sunday papers, okay? That's important. You will see that I have extra credit points options. If you want full credit on the extra credit, just do everything as normal as you would on a weekly routine for those assignments, and then that's how you get full credit, okay? So that's mainly, I think, everything that I wanted to say about the grade and the assignment. Oh yeah, this is very important. I have it on the module, but every time this happens, even though I say, excuse me, that it's due Wednesday night by midnight. Wednesday night is the only time that our patterns break up because it's finals week, okay? So you turn in your final on Wednesday. I have to have all the grades for this class put in by Sunday. Now, I will let you know when I've graded all the finals, and then I'm going to want you to take one last look at your class and make sure that you think that the grade that you get is what you're supposed to have. If you have any debate about your grade, any problem, I'm pleading with you to make sure that you deal with, you contact me immediately so that we can address this before I put the grades into PiratesNet. So by Sunday night, I'm going to have the grades put into PiratesNet, and I don't want to have to deal with any paperwork issues. And if we're gonna need to change the grade at that point, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. Okay, so like, I'm not upset about looking over any grade situation prior to me putting in the grades into the PiratesNet. You guys feel me on this? Okay. Okay, so I hope that you all feel like you've learned a massive amount about the world, about world religions, and that that you feel empowered to move forward on this journey to learn more about the world, and to see it also in its many beautiful sides, since there's so much negative that we have to deal with, which is the reality of wars and conflicts and settler colonialism versus indigenous populations. And the United States has huge historical issues that are being debated, but the entire world is this way. Each area has its own historic set of issues that a generation of anybody who would want to see a better world has to kind of come to terms with, and hopefully there can be some collective solidarity and moving forward in a much more positive way. And so I hope you all can think in that manner, regardless of where you stand on the entire political spectrum. So I wish you all well and happiness, health, and success in your lives. And hopefully this world will get some sort of equilibrium with everything that we're seeing going on. In any case, here we are. It's been great having you, and I hope to see you all again someday in the best of circumstances.